Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? It is Saturday, November 7th, and we are once again back to trying to do these live. I love to do my daily financial news live. It's just, frankly, easier for me, but I've got to make sure the sound and video quality are okay. So if you're watching this up front, give me a quick thumbs up or a note telling me the sound is okay. We had a problem on Thursday, so I had to record it and then post it. So if the sound's okay, give me a thumbs up, let me know, else we'll have to go with plan B. Awesome, sound is good. Thank you very much for that. So first and foremost, I want you to know that at 8 a.m., so about 30 minutes from now, we will be doing a live Q&A right here on YouTube. We will be doing this from my computer, so the video quality will be a little less, but it will allow me to interact with you and answer each and every one of your questions. I do have a set of questions already from yesterday, which I will use to start, and then I will just answer the questions as they come in. So thank you for that, and I'll talk to you there in about 30 minutes. Second, all of you came through for me. I think it was Wednesday, I noticed on Amazon that for the first time in a year, my book, One Rental at a Time, did not have 5 solid stars. Looks like we had just ticked under an average of 4.8. So I asked for, pleaded with you, and you all came through. It looks like we've went ahead and put in about 7 or 8 5-star reviews. We have once again raised the average, and I want to thank you, thank you, thank you. It does mean the world to me to see 5 stars, especially with over 300 reviews. So I know it's a silly little thing, but it is important to me. So thank you for that. So when we talk about the financial news for this Saturday, there's a couple of things that are on my mind. First and foremost, we obviously are still waiting the official result. I think most importantly, as I believe I shared yesterday, if our government stays split, meaning Republicans and Democrats don't have a wave, or all the parties, House, Senate, and the presidency, I'm feeling okay, right? A lot of the extremes and changes and taxes and all of these things that we were afraid of and that I was afraid of, not very likely. In fact, I would argue that the Democrats, for the most part, got their butts kicked because, when they go back and do the postmortem, there was too much talk of extremes. And, they lost seats in the House as opposed to gaining. It will come down to the Senate. It looks like there's going to be 2 runoffs in Georgia. Oh, man, those are going to be expensive elections. And, man, can you imagine all of the TV ads going? It's going to be a fight. So we'll need to pay attention. Those are in January, so that's a discussion for another time. A couple of things, as I said in the title for this video, get ready for daily stimulus videos from the talking heads. Why would they stop? If they're doing 3 or 4 stimulus videos a day and all of us are clicking on them, why would they stop? They're making hundreds of thousands of dollars. As for me, I think the stimulus kind of stays as is. Until then, one of the following changes. Nancy in the House wants all or nothing. I don't see her changing that. Specifically for her, she wants aid for the states. Mitch in the Senate is like, you know what? Economy's pretty good. 6.9% unemployment, GDP, record growth. Let's see what happens. Let's not add too much debt. But hey, if you want a skinny deal for PPP or maybe a little bit for unemployment, we'll do something. Probably sub 1 billion. Nancy wants over 2 billion. So until one of those 2 things change, and I don't see Mitch changing at all, it's going to really be up to Nancy and the House to see if they want to finally drop the all or nothing. Until one of those 2 things change, and I think there's a good chance neither changes, all these daily stimulus videos are going to be wastes of time. And that doesn't even bring into account the president. The president will have a choice. Does he want his name on anything that gets put on his desk? Will something get put on his desk? At this point, I see stimulus as highly unlikely, which is unfortunate. I think a skinny stimulus bill that's focused where the acute pain is needed, is warranted. I think a all-inclusive, all or nothing bill is too much and a bad use of our money, frankly. So we'll see. But again, be warned, stimulus videos up the wazoo. So as I keep going with the week ahead, which is next, an important topic, things to look for next week, I want to remind you, this channel is here for you. One Rental at a Time is a channel where I create daily content about investing, real estate, consumer, cost of capital. So if you want to talk about what's going on, not watch videos that are tuned or tweaked to the YouTube algorithm, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. This channel is for you. What I'm trying to do is help you get just 1% better every day. In fact, I am always trying to get 1% better. So let's do this thing together. And again, subscribe, comment, thumbs up, all of that good stuff. When we look for the week ahead, which is something we always do on the weekend, there are a couple of interesting earnings that I think we need to pay attention to. First and foremost, on Monday will be McDonald's. We talked about McDonald's, I don't know, 30 or 45 days ago when they posted same-store sales, comps were up. I assume McDonald's numbers are going to be good, if not great. But when I look at the bigger picture of the U.S. economy, small and medium-sized business, the fact that McDonald's is now offering bakery items, all I feel or see is pain for small and medium-sized businesses. There are coffee shops going out and bakeries going out because they just can't, we're getting cold again and they just can't keep dipping into their savings. So I think McDonald's is going to come out, post great numbers, but it's really a call on how bad small and medium-sized business is. Next, Simon Property Groups. This is one I'm watching. Simon Property's Class A mall owner. They've also been investing in buying retailers, right? They bought they bought L Brands and another jeans company, I believe. So again, what is Simon Properties doing? Are they still tweaking their portfolio? Are they creating other income streams? What is going on there? So that's Monday. Tuesday, D.R. Horton. This one's going to be important. I think it was Pulte Homes that came out last week or the week before and basically said, beat top and bottom line, but said they're going to reduce Q4 deliveries because of construction costs, right? Lumber is up. So it will be interesting to see if D.R. Horton is doing the same thing, right? Are they throttling back construction because they are nervous about the excessive costs of lumber, right? They're anticipating a short-term blip in construction. So it will be interesting to see what D.R. Horton says about future deliveries. Then we have Rocket Company. This is, again, someone that we're looking at for mortgages, right? What is going on with new purchase mortgages and refi mortgages? I expect Rocket Company to just have a blowout number, but, let's wait and see. Then Thursday, I'm looking at Walt Disney. Walt Disney is really changing it before our eyes. This health crisis has accelerated lots and lots of things. Walt Disney probably being on the forefront, right? They have gone from kind of this entertainment group-oriented experience to streaming. And they're now announced a big reorg about a month ago, about 45 days ago. So we're going to see what's going on there. Again, Walt Disneyland in LA or Southern California is still closed. I don't know what Gavin Newsom is thinking. There's obviously proven ways that they can do something, keeping the happiest place on earth closed. I don't know. I just don't like that guy. It's the one politician I talk about, but we shall see. Then we have Cisco also coming out with earnings. It'll be interesting. Cisco Systems is interesting because for me, it's what is going on rest of world, right? What is going on in rest of world? What's going on with China and things of that nature? So we shall see. And then those are kind of the earnings. We are going to, I don't know, do we see election results next week? I don't know. I think we're going to see a bunch of recounts. I do think we're going to see some legal challenges. We're going to see if there's any basis for these claims of fraud. I think next week's pretty choppy. I would hope we have a call. I think uncertainty is good for no one. I do want to see every legal vote counted. But if there are fraud and organized fraud, it needs to be weeded out. You need to shine a bright light on it. Right now, all the fraud that I've seen come across my wires are manipulated videos and pictures. But yeah, if there's organized fraud, let's shine a bright light. Let's embarrass and put the people that did it in jail, and let's go forward. So, don't know if there is. I think we all see the claims on TV and the media, but let's see. We are going to also see rising case counts. I think, was it Friday we went over 100,000, and just this morning over 120,000. Again, case counts are, there's lots of things in that number. Not a medical professional, but we've got to watch hospitalizations, death, things of that nature. Still, obviously, a problem. And for me, someone who watches the consumer, the case count is one of those numbers that could impact people and cause them to stay home, not consume, save. So no matter what you think about that number, realize that it can impact consumer psychology, which is what I am trying to follow and trying to watch. Next up is, are we on the cusp of a double dip recession? We have talked about this a couple of times. I think if there's no skinny stimulus bill, because I don't think the all or nothing approach from Nancy is going anywhere. I think no stimulus. I think case counts exceeding 200,000, if case counts target over 200,000 a day, just that negative trend. And if we have more localized lockdowns like El Paso, it could really cause consumer behavior, consumer psychology. We've been talking about the winter now for 6 months. Well, it's here. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about what we're heading into. And then perhaps the most interesting thing I read this morning was a release from Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett's company. Don't know if you saw this, but Warren Buffett bought $9 billion of his own stock back. Couple of things. First off, that brings the total in 2020 to almost $16 billion. That's interesting on a couple of fronts. Warren Buffett over the years has historically spoken against stock buybacks. He talks about it being a tool for CEOs and companies to manipulate earnings per share, which gives CEOs certain amounts. And so he's generally speaking been against it. However, he's on record in his quarterly or yearly calls with investors saying, if we ever think our stock is selling significantly less than it's worth, and if we buy it, we'll be left with a bunch of cash or ample cash, we will do that. So 2020 has really hurt many of Berkshire Hathaway's businesses. It is causing the operating performance to be lower, even though their reports look okay, but that's a nuance in how they have to report gains in stock, specifically Apple and Coke. But they did. They bought back 15 billion, almost 16 billion this year. But don't worry, he's not hurting for cash. He is still left with $145.7 billion in cash. I did expect Warren Buffett to buy more companies this year. However, that all changed when you can't bet against the Fed, and the Fed changed things overnight way back in April. It'll be interesting to see if Warren starts buying debt for pennies on the dollar next year. The Fed can't stay this engaged forever. It would just destroy the capitalist system. They eventually got to pull back, let prices reset. I think a lot of that will be in bond prices or debt prices. So it will be interesting to see. So that's what I got for you today. Again, remember, One Rental at a Time is here for you. We do this daily financial news show every day. And, this, again, is not a show made for stimulus and crash and crisis and all those kind of negative headlines. That is not how you go forward. Scared money doesn't make money, as they say. Again, subscribe, like, leave a comment or a question, and I will talk to you in about 17 minutes for live Q&A. Take care, everyone. Bye. Yes, live Q&A, 16 minutes. Take care, JC.